Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it ain't. It's your boy Big Church. Southside's finest. We back in this bitch. Stop playing with it. We about to get into this Young Thug trial. Wait for a couple of y'all to tune in. We're gonna watch the trial live. It says day 25. We're watching the trial live. That shit crazy. I tried to do a little bit of it yesterday, but it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. You feel me? Let's see what the fuck going on today. Oh, shit. We about to get into this shit, man. This shit about to get serious. What up, Facebook? Share the live. Oh, let me cut the music. God damn. We about to get into this trial. Let's go ahead and press play on this.
Were you involved in that encounter with Mr. Stevens?
I was.
How did you encounter him?
He had been arrested.
Now we're watching the YSL trial live. This is live streaming right now. Young Thug is in court watching, spectating, seeing everything go down live right now in court.
After a traffic stop in Zone 3, and myself and another detective were called to the scene to interview Mr. Stevens.
Okay. And did he speak with you when you went to go interview him?
He did.
And what type of questions did you ask of him?
Primarily asked him about his suspected gang affiliation.
Okay. And was he forthcoming with his affiliation with any gangs?
He was not.
Okay. And at that time, did you notice any tattoos on him?
I did.
What tattoos did you notice?
I noticed several. The first one I noticed was a tattoo on his throat that said BFL.
And did you ask him about that tattoo?
I did.
And what was the response that he gave you about the BFL tattoo?
We object to this cases. You're saying confrontation. This is a 2000.
So right now they're asking him about some tattoos. Asking a witness about the tattoos. What does BFL stand for? What does BFL stand for? They're asking about the tattoos. We're watching the YSL Young Thug, Young Stoner Lifestyle trial right now.
12 interview with.
I'll sustain objection.
Your Honor, may I respond?
Yes.
Your Honor, Mr. Stevens has testified. He was specifically asked about this encounter within his
I'm going to
proper.
reverse myself, Mr. Harvey. I'm going to overrule the objection, okay?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, could you ask the question again?
Sure. What response did he give you about the BFL tattoo?
He told me that it stood for loyalty, been first.
Loyalty.
Loyalty, been first.
Now, when he told you that it meant loyalty, bend first, were you able to?
Let me tell you something right now. They're talking about the tattoos, about BFL, and he said it stands for loyalty, been first. It's called BFL. But he said it's loyalty, been first. Niggas is playing dumb in the courtroom now.
Find anything from Trontavious Stevens that contradicted that particular meaning that he gave you?
I did.
What did you find?
I saw a post to his Twitter account.
Okay. And when in conjunction with having this interview, did you find this post on his Twitter account?
I believe it was shortly after the encounter.
Okay, so back in 2012.
Correct.
All right. And you said it was on his Twitter account. What do you call his Twitter name was back in 2012?
It was I believe the account name was Bloody Slug Slat. He had a vanity name of Slug 5 Much, I believe at that time also.
And
I'd like to take this time to say free Young Thug. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Share the live if you're watching on Facebook. Let's get back into it.
Permission to approach. I'm showing you what I've already given to defense counsel is 19W. Showing you what's the mark of Stacy Exhibit 19W. Do you recognize Stacy Exhibit 19W?
I do.
And how do you recognize Stacy Exhibit 19W?
This is a screenshot of the Twitter post that I observed.
Okay. And is that the Twitter post that you're just referring to?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that appear to be a fair and accurate depiction of the Twitter post that you saw back in 2012.
And if you're watching on Twitter right now, make sure you retweet the live. You're watching on Facebook, make sure you share the live. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you drop a comment and subscribe. Let's get back to it.
Regarding what Mr. Stevens said that his tattoo actually represents.
Yes.
I mean, this time say like the tender states exhibit 19W into evidence.
Any objection states 19W.
Your Honor, same objection, relevant, not here.
It'll be continued. I'll overrule the objection and I'll make it continuing.
This is part of my continuing objection, and I have some new request for 105 instruction. This is, I mean, I think I argue that very briefly, but this is.
If it's argued, I remember you arguing that before, Mr. Harvey.
Right here, as y'all can see, we got Young Thug in the courtroom. Hold on. Let me make sure y'all can see what I see, how y'all see it, how I do it. What I gotta do right here. So, right here, we got Young Thug. I don't know if y'all can see my mouse or not. I don't think so. Oh, yep, y'all can. Young Thug sitting right here. Lawyer sitting right here. We got officer in the back. This is happening live, people. Live on Lake Street, giving y'all the live breakdown. Let's continue watching. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button.
I'll note that and overrule it and make it continuing as well. Okay, all right. This court will admit states 19 and it may be published as you see fit.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, is this the post that you were referencing?
It is.
And if you can, is your screen on to the right of you?
Yes, no, it is not.
Okay. If you can see, and if you need that stick, you can also use that stick. Just indicate where that BFL tattoo is.
So the BFL tattoo is across his throat.
And when you met with Mr. Stevens, from your observation of looking at that tattoo, could you tell if it was an older tattoo, a newer tattoo? What could you observe when you saw it back in 2020?
Your Honor.
Did you?
I'll sustain the objection.
Sure. When you met with
If y'all just tuning in on YouTube, just want to let y'all know this is a live trial with Young Thug. He's sitting right here. We're streaming the trial live right now on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe. We're streaming it live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. We're going over the BFL tattoos on one of his partner's neck. Let's continue.
Blatt.
Okay. And was that different from what he actually told you when you met with him?
It is.
And what was the date that Mr. Stevens posted that on Twitter?
This was on June 14th of 2012.
And when did you said you met with him?
It was June 22nd of 2012.
Okay. Now, at that same 2012 encounter, did he have any other tattoos that he explained to you?
He did.
What was that?
He had one behind his right ear that said 75K over 18.
And I'm going to approach with what's been marked as States Exhibit 20W, which has been previously shown to defense counsel, but shown again. Looking at States Exhibit 20W, do you recognize Exhibit 20W?
I do.
And how do you recognize States Exhibit 20W?
This is a photograph that I took in 2012.
Okay. And does that appear to be a fair, accurate depiction of the picture that you took in 2012?
It is.
And what is that the picture of?
It's a picture of the tattoo behind his ear, reading 75K with a division sign over 18.
You're right, this time to say like the Tender States Exhibit 20W into evidence.
Any further objection to states 20W? All right, 20W is admitted, continue or over objection, continuing objection, and may be published as you see fit.
All right, looking at States Exhibit 20W, if you could just indicate to the jury where that 75.
They got everything on everybody. They got zoom in tattoos on partners, gray hairs, all of that. Let me see, how can I get these captions off? Let me get the captions off, man. God damn. It is not looking good. Free Thugger. We here covering the YSL trial live. If you watching on Facebook, share the live. If you watching on YouTube, drop a comment and subscribe. Let's get back to it.
Over 18 tattoo is?
It's right in the center of the photograph behind us right here.
And when you met with Mr. Stevens back in 2020, what did he tell you that the 75K over 18 tattoo represented?
He said that it meant that he had $75,000 when he was 18 years old.
Okay. Not that, was it that he was trying to get 75,000 or that he had it when he was 18 years old?
He said that he had it when he was 18 years old.
And to your knowledge, if you know, in 2012, about how old was Mr. Stevens in 2012?
He was 19 years old.
Now, also during this time, were you ever able to observe any videos of Mr. Stevens representing his affiliation with the Blood Gang?
I was.
Where did you find those videos?
They were posted using the social media application Social Cam, and they were posted to his Twitter account.
And I've never heard of Social Cam, so what was Social Cam?
Social Cam was one of the early apps that allowed you to record video and actually post it to social media.
Okay. And have you had an opportunity to review those videos that you saw back in 2012?
I have.
Right. Permission to approach again?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Stacy's Exhibit 52W. Tell me if you recognize Stacy's Exhibit 52W.
I do.
And how do you recognize Stacy's Exhibit 52W?
This is a disc that's labeled with 2 videos, Belknap, and it's got my initials and a date.
And what was contained on those Stacy's Exhibit 52W?
These are 2 videos that I viewed from the Social Cam application.
All right. And when you reviewed it, did that appear to be a fair and accurate depiction of the 2 videos that you observed back in 2012 and that you provided to the state?
They were.
Did it appear to have any additions or deletions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Your Honor, this time the state would like to tender Stacy's Exhibit 52W into evidence.
Any objection to states 52W?
Same objection, Your Honor. Yeah, Mr. Williams.
I will admit 52W over objection and make a continuing objection to all parties. And maybe publish as you see fit.
This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pause it right here, man. It's clear. Let me put myself back on the screen. It's very clear that Thug has gained at least goddamn. I ain't never seen Fat Thug ever. Commissary King. It's clear that Young Thug is gaining at least 50 pounds, 60, 70 pounds. He looks twice the size from the size he was when he went in. Y'all drop a comment. Let me know how many pounds y'all think Thug done gained since he done been locked down, man. God damn. We're gonna continue with the trial.
Your person's on the phone.
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna publish that one later, it appears. We're having some technical difficulties. All right, looking at going to 2014. After 2012, did you have any other encounters with Mr. Stevens?
I did.
Okay, and when was that?
October 11th of 2014
And where did you encounter Mr. Stevens in October 11, 2014?
at 2915 Macon Drive.
And what happened during this encounter?
At that time, I and other members of the United States Marshal Service Fugitive Task Force were arresting Mr. Stevens for some outstanding arrest warrants.
Okay, and what were those arrest warrants for?
It was for an armed robbery.
Okay, and did you see or speak with Mr. Stevens?
I did.
And what if anything did you all speak with him about?
I photographed his tattoos again during this encounter, and I asked him about some tattoos I observed on him that I had not seen previously.
Okay, I'm going to show you what's already been admitted as Exhibit 4U.
Read Jeffrey. If you're watching on Facebook, share the live. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment.
Looking at what's
The
already
Young
been
Thug
admitted as Exhibit
YSL trial,
4U,
we
do you
watching
recognize
live.
Exhibit 4U?
I do.
How do you recognize Exhibit 4U?
This is a hat that Mr. Stevens was wearing at the time of his arrest.
Okay, and does it have, what's the writing on the hat?
It says Bompton.
Okay. And we'll talk more about that in a moment. Also, now looking at Exhibit 15U. Do you recognize Exhibit 15U?
I do.
And how do you recognize Exhibit 15U?
It's a red bandana that Mr. Stevens had on his person during his arrest.
Okay, now looking at this bandana, to your knowledge, do you remember, was there any other writing on that bandana besides the normal general pattern that's on a red bandana?
There was not.
Rule, Your Honor.
I didn't understand.
I apologize. That's evidence rule, the bandana. Never seen it.
I'll rule the objection.
Did you observe anything else written on that bandana?
I did not.
Okay, if you had noticed anything written on the
That's
bandana,
speculation. If you had.
okay. Did you take that picture?
I did.
All right. And in your experience, do you take anything of note when you take pictures? Do you take anything of note?
I do.
Okay. And based upon and you took these pictures?
I did.
I say objection.
Based on the picture you took, is that the only picture that you took of that bandana?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Was there anything in your encounter with Mr. Stevens on that day, October 11, 2014, that you observed that would indicate that either the bandana or that hat was merch or merchandise from a concert?
There was not.
Now, you talked earlier about wanting to notate any additional tattoos. Did he have any additional tattoos on his body that he did not have when you met with him in 2012?
He did.
Okay. And what were those additional tattoos that you saw?
There were quite a few new tattoos, but two that I took note of. One was on his hands, or across the back of both hands. And
If you're just now tapping in on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you're watching the YSL Young Thugger trial. If you're on YouTube, drop a comment, subscribe. If you're on Facebook, share the live. Let's get back to it.
And one was on his left side, on his rib cage.
Okay. And I'm going to show you what's already been admitted. First, it says Exhibit 2U. Looking at Exhibit 2U, do you recognize Exhibit 2U?
I do.
And how do you recognize Exhibit 2U?
This is the photograph that I took.
Okay. And was that one of the newer tattoos that you had saw on his body?
It is.
Okay. Now looking at Exhibit 3U. I'm looking at Exhibit 3U. Do you recognize Exhibit 3U?
I do.
How do you recognize Exhibit 3U?
That's another photograph that I took.
And what's contained on that tattoo?
Yeah, this nigga took
It
a
says
photograph.
"Can't fight fate."
Okay.
How you walk up on, bro?
And again, looking at that, you said "can't fight fate." Is the C replaced with a K?
It is.
All right. And looking at Exhibit 7U. Do you recognize Exhibit 7U?
I do.
How do you recognize Exhibit 7U?
These are photographs of Mr. Stevens' tattoos.
Okay. And are those two separate photos?
They are.
Combined into one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And are those the additional photos that you took back in 2014?
These are not the photos that I took, but they are the tattoos that I observed.
Excuse me, thank you. And what are from this 7U picture, what are the two pictures, what are the tattoos that you observed back in 2014?
They read across the hands from right to left, Cleveland Ave, and Rock Crew across the fingers.
And now I want to show you what's been admitted, Exhibit 8U and 8UB. Particularly looking at the tattoo with the snake. Did you see those tattoos back in 2014?
I did not.
Okay. Now, going back to State's Exhibit 2U, does it appear that Mr. Stevens has on any beads around his neck?
He does.
During your encounter with him, did he make any notice or mention of those beads?
Yeah, the only thing he said about them was that when I asked him if I could take pictures of his tattoos, he said that was fine. He just did not want me to touch his beads. And he was very emphatic about that.
Now, during your interaction with Mr. Stevens back in 2012 or in 2014, did he admit any gang membership to you?
He did.
And what gang did he admit that he was a member of?
What up, Reddy Russell? How you feeling,
Yeah,
Church?
he admitted that he was a member of Rock Crew.
Okay. And did he say he was
Watching the
a member of
YSL
any
Young
other
Thug trial
gang
right
or
now.
associated with any other gang?
Live.
He did.
You watching on Facebook? Share the Facebook.
And what gang was that?
You
That was YSL.
Drop a comment.
And what did he tell you that YSL stood for?
You on Twitter watching?
I asked him about YSL meaning Young Slime Life, and
You may, sir. You may.
so I asked him about YSL meaning Young Slime Life, and he said that it had meant that, but that they had started saying that it stood for Young Successful Lifestyle once Mr. Williams had started achieving some fame.
Okay. And when did he give you that explanation? Was that in 2012 or 2014?
That was in 2014.
All right. Now, during your time as an investigator in the gang unit, have you heard of an individual by the name of Jeffery Williams?
I have.
And are you aware of any nicknames that he goes by?
I am.
And what is that?
Young Thug.
And around what year did you first hear about Mr. Williams?
I believe in 2010.
Okay. And during that time, were you aware of Mr. Williams was a member?
Look at Young Thug, man. Free slime. Free slime. You know what I'm saying? Free slime one time, man. We need some good old. You did. You feel me? Let me know y'all thoughts if y'all still in here watching, man. We got a couple people here on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. We're trying to get down to the bottom of this shit, man. If they gonna let Slime walk away with a couple years, or is they gonna throw the book at him? What y'all think, man? Chat, let me know what y'all think. Y'all think they're gonna let Thug get a couple years? Or you think they're gonna give it to him serious business? Serious business. He didn't gain a good 70. Easy. What y'all think? What they gonna get Thug, man? Y'all be too scared to comment on anything I got there doing it live. I'm gonna chime off of this bitch. Oh. But free Young Thug, just jumping in, getting our lives up, man. Live on Lake Street, We live on Facebook. We live on Twitter. We live on YouTube. We live on Facebook. We live on Twitch. And we live on the website. We're trying to get this thing going. Free Young Thug. Let's play a little bit more of this live, man.
Member of or associated with Rock Crew?
I was.
Okay. And what was your understanding if he was associated or a member of Rock Crew?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
What was your understanding if he was a member or associated with Rock Crew?
My understanding was that he was a member of Rock Crew.
What about the Blood, Sex, Money murder? Was he a member of or associated with the Blood, Sex, Money murder?
Your Honor, I would object.
Basis.
We're switching to dual purpose of the witness who's violating 702 at this point, and we saw, we discussed last.
Okay, so, all right, I understand your objection. Is that it?
That is.
Okay, all right.
TC Gibbert, shout out to you, man.
still
Should have lied for
in
your boy.
purview
one time.
of stage one?
Yes, I'm still on stage one.
Overruled, sir.
Go ahead.
In 2010, no, I was not aware of him. I don't believe at the time being associated with sex, money, murder.
Okay. What about later on? About 2012, 2014?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And what about Young Slime Life?
In 2010, I was not aware of him associating with Young Slime Life.
What about 2012, 2014?
By 2013, yes, 2013, I would have known that he was associated with YSL.
Okay. And during that time, did you learn if Mr. Williams had any social media accounts?
I did.
What social media accounts were you aware of?
He had a Twitter account and a kind of a blogger account.
And when we say a blogger account, what do you mean?
It was a little different than a social media account. It was more of a running blog.
Okay. And was that on a certain site?
It was.
What was that?
It was on Tumblr.
And for Twitter, did you know what his vanity name was?
I did.
What was that?
You watching the Young Thug YSL trial. You watching on
And
Facebook,
was there
still
any
live.
particular
You watching on
name about the
YouTube.
Tumblr
Like and
kind of
subscribe.
blogger
If you
site?
watching on Twitter.
Yes, that was Young Thug World.
Okay. And on Mr. Williams' social media accounts, did you observe any kind of Twitter or tweets from his Twitter account?
I did.
Okay. And in the course of looking at his Twitter account, did you see Mr. Williams make any reference to either his affiliation with Rock Crew or his affiliation with the Blood, specifically SMM?
I did.
And did you see any reference to any YSL membership?
I did.
Okay. And have you had the opportunity to see and look at those tweets and pictures from the Twitter account associated with Young Thug?
I have.
And during the course of that review, did you see any pictures or anything that associated Mr. Williams with the Young Thug Twitter account?
I did.
I'm going to first show you what's been marked as 6 Exhibit 21W through 41W. Look at 21W and 40W, which has been previously given to the defense counsel, and let me know if you recognize 21W through 40W. And I'm sorry, it should be 42W, I apologize.
I feel you, Doug. I'm tired as hell too. I'm tired as hell too. If you're watching on Facebook, share the live. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitter, God damn, can we get a retweet or something?
Before we get started, or continue, I should say, might be best to break in for lunch at this point in time.
Sure.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, you okay with that? Yes. Okay, all right. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and recess for lunch. The time is almost, say, 12:35. If you all could come back at 1:45, and then once all of you are assembled, we'll go ahead and we'll resume with our examination of our witness, okay? All right, so 1:45, remember my admonitions I've given you, okay? Enjoy your lunch. All rise.
All right, looks like the court's about to take a break. Looks like the court's about to take a break, and so is Big Church. You know what I'm saying? If y'all like these little informal, what do I call these, man? Informal lives, me breaking down shit, you know what I'm saying? Giving y'all live news. Go ahead and share this thing for your boy. Share it on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, share, like and subscribe. We out this thing, man. Simple.